All right, let's talk about two of the absolute best things in life, chocolate and love. Now, you might think the connection is just, a heart-shaped box on Valentine's Day, but it actually goes so much deeper. It's all rooted in some really surprising brain chemistry, and we're going to break it all down.
So here's the big question, right? Could chocolate really be the food of love? We've all heard people say that, but is there any actual science to back it up? Or is it just, a really good marketing campaign? Well, you're about to find out, and the answer is pretty cool.
Okay, so here's the punchline right up front. The reason chocolate has this incredible reputation is because it gets your body to release the exact same chemical your brain makes when you're falling head over heels in love. No joke, it is a genuine chemical reaction. So you're probably wondering, okay, how on earth does that work? What is this so-called bliss chemical? Well, let's pull back the curtain and unlock the science behind it. The chemical superstar we're talking about is called phenylethylamine. Let's just call it PEA for short. Much easier. And this stuff is amazing. It's a totally natural compound that your brain pumps out, and it's directly tied to those fluttery, giddy feelings you get with a new attraction. You can almost call it the crush chemical. And actually, it's not alone. Chocolate also has other things, like a molecule called anandamide, which is literally nicknamed the bliss molecule. So here it is, side by side. It's so clear. When you're falling for someone, bam, your brain is flooded with phenylethylamine. And when you eat a nice piece of dark chocolate, bam, it triggers a release of that very same compound. It's like they're on the same chemical highway, connecting that feeling of love with the simple act of eating chocolate. But this whole idea that chocolate is special, this is not new, not by a long shot. In fact, people have believed this for centuries. Let's take a quick trip back in time and look at history's very long and very passionate love affair with chocolate. So way before we had fancy labs and microscopes, the ancient Aztecs basically worshipped cacao. They valued it so highly that they literally called it the food of the gods. They just knew from their own experience that there was something uniquely powerful about it, something that could really change your mood. And this is what's so incredible to me. Our modern science isn't really discovering anything new here. It's just confirming what these ancient cultures seem to understand all along. The scientists are finally catching up to the storytellers. Okay, so this is all great information, but let's not just talk about it, right? Let's actually put it to the test. Which brings us to your new, very delicious assignment, the chocolate experiment. Don't worry, this is the best homework you'll ever get. It's so simple. So tonight, or maybe the next time you're with your partner, just find some good, high-quality dark chocolate. The darker, the better, since that's where the good stuff is concentrated. Then, right in the middle of a conversation, just share a piece. And here's the key part. Just notice what happens. Pay attention. Does the vibe change at all? Does the mood lift? Does everything feel just a little bit warmer, a little more connected? It's a really fun way to see this chemistry play out in real life. And that really gets us to the most important point of all of this. When you boil it all down, it's this simple, powerful idea. Your body's chemistry has a direct impact on your love chemistry. What we put into our bodies can actually have a real, tangible effect on how we feel and connect with the people we care about most.
So, I'll leave you with a final thought to chew on. Literally, we've seen how powerful chocolate can be, and that just makes you wonder, right? What other foods have you noticed that kind of shift your mood? It's something pretty fascinating to think about the next time you sit down for a meal. Thanks so much for joining me.